Totes Recall.
Welcome to Totes Recall, the podcast where we talk about a movie we can't remember very well. Push pause on the recording. Watch the movie while eating 2 pizzas and 2 salads. Thank you, patrons. Come back for a second recording sesh where we now talk about the movie once more with fresh knowledge of what we got right and wrong, how it holds up in this day and age. What does this say about culture now and then? Who are we as a people?
Whoa. Wow.
What's going on? My name is Dan.
This is Molly.
I'm also Dan.
And I'm Beth.
And our movie this episode is Wayne's World.
Whoa.
Excellent.
Wayne's World.
Party time. Movie it sounds like we've all watched. Maybe multiple times.
Yes, indeed.
I know I have.
I have.
also have.
A couple
Definitely.
times.
Oh, many more than a couple.
I was kind of, this is going to shock all of our listeners, but I was kind of a snob in high school. And I think this is from high school times. I'm going to guess.
You want to put a year down?
Oh, no. How about the decade of
Nope.
the 90s?
No.
No.
Okay. 92?
That's
Is
a pretty
that
good guess.
so early, though?
That's a good
I don't
guess.
know.
I'm going to say
Okay,
93.
I'm going to say 90.
That's a good guess, too.
91.
Yeah. Satisfying.
I was going to say 93, but then I was like, no, I got to round it out.
Series.
I went through a major phase of watching every late night show I could, including Saturday Night Live all the way through. And
Wait, what? What do you mean you watched Saturday Night Live all the way through?
Like she
Well,
would watch till the end.
You watch the whole hour and a half.
I see what you mean. Okay.
Versus
It's an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long
You
show.
didn't know that?
No, I don't know if I've ever watched a whole episode.
Wow. Okay.
Talk about snobbery.
Well,
or
yeah, I
just
guess so.
tired D.
By both.
Well, and I was on the East Coast too, so it gets pretty late.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, 1 a.m. when it's over.
Oh.
But I remember the first time I saw Wayne's World was the last sketch. And I remember watching and thinking, oh, this is going to be a recurring one. And then it went further and further up in the program lineup or the sketch lineup.
Yeah.
So I always felt like I was there for the birth of Wayne's World.
Yeah, you were the
Wow.
prognosticator of its success.
Yeah. So I had that much to do with it.
You hear that, Myers? Maybe show a little gratitude
Seth?
to Molly. What? No!
Mike.
Oh, Mike.
Seth Myers.
I thought you were talking about Seth Myers too.
What is wrong with you?
I mean, he's like,
He was like a
head.
little baby when that happened.
That's right.
but he's so
Feels weird
obsessed
to
with
call him-
SNL.
Mike
He
Myers.
worked there.
Myers.
He talks about it all the time.
Yeah, he's like in charge of something.
He was, yes.
Yeah.
He was a head writer and
Yeah.
he was Weekend Update.
True.
Was he before or after Amy Poehler and
Oh, God, I don't care.
okay, all right.
Snobbery.
Tina Fey.
I think Tina left.
Okay.
And then
he took over?
Yeah, they're like, get a
seems
man
right.
back up there.
Because I feel like Amy
Yeah.
Poehler was also on there. So
Oh,
with
so
Didn't they
him.
do it together?
They did for a while.
Yeah.
But this is about a different era
Yeah.
of the show. And not even the era, but the time when Lorne Michaels decided to try to make movies out of it.
Yeah, this is early SNL movie.
Yeah, this was after Night at the Roxbury, right?
No way.
What is happening? This is like Batman all over again.
I was trying to place it against Coneheads.
Sure.
Ooh,
After.
had to be after.
This is
right?
after Coneheads?
That's
Gotta
my
be.
guess.
No, I don't think so.
No?
Really?
No.
This might be the first. What
Then
about...
what is the first Lorne Michaels like? Oh, I'm gonna make a movie.
Probably this one, right?
Oh no,
might
it had to be
be.
Blues Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, those are characters.
But even that, I don't know if he like produced it or not. Because that
feel
might
like
have
he
just been like
produced
they were.
everything.
But they might have just been like, well, we've always done these characters.
Okay,
so
I'll look it up.
Who cares? We're gonna do a movie.
Well, it sounds like a good look up.
It does sound like a good look up. Anyway, this is a movie from an era of SNL in which most of the people you've named were not working there, or maybe even known comedians at the time.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if we've fully appreciated how long ago Mike Myers and Dana Carvey were on SNL.
I mean, it was a while ago.
A long time ago.
Yeah, I
like
guess so.
40 years.
I just don't appreciate how long ago the 90s was.
30 years.
Yeah.
30 years, yeah.
Whatever.
So it's not that long.
Still.
I mean, it could be longer.
It could be
It
longer.
could. We know this.
Lots of things are longer than 30 years.
It's true. True.
31. 2.
So we've all seen this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all see this movie like around the time that it came out, like at a formative.
Probably a little after. I was probably like a young teen, I would guess.
Oh, I was probably. Ooh, I need to change my date.
Nope.
Can I change? Okay. Well,
Were you going to change it to a whole decade?
no, but I was gonna go to like 1990.
I already said that.
I know.
Wow. Messed up
That's
my
okay.
whole thing.
That's okay. No, we'll just leave it. But I know already that's wrong because I saw this in high school with my best friend. No big deal at a movie theater.
Wow. Did you LOL?
Yes, quite a bit. You know, and I think a lot of the humor is going to feel pretty tired watching it again now. But at the time, it was so funny. And it would have been my senior year because I most related to the ex-girlfriend character. I thought
Sure.
she was so funny.
Yeah. Mike Myers' ex-girlfriend. And she's like
Wayne's.
Sure.
It'll come to me in a minute.
Yeah.
But I even got a necklace. Like, you know, at the mall, you could go to a kiosk and get a necklace with your name on it.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
her name because I just thought it was so funny.
She's super into him still, and he's over her. Is that the dynamic?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the old trope of like the psycho ex-girlfriend,
Right,
which
yes.
is like tired and toxic. But I decided to empower it.
That's awesome.
Sure. He
But yeah, she
reclaimed
has like
it.
a gun rack, and I don't know. There's some stuff.
I don't remember that part at all. And I am slightly concerned that I am thinking of the second one.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hope so.
Do you
But
remember Rob Lowe?
I do remember Rob Lowe. Is he in the first one?
Yes.
He's in the first one.
Okay.
oh wow.
Phew.
He's great as the sleazy, rich, I guess, competing lover.
Yeah.
And he's
Oh,
also
for
a
Tia
record
Carrera?
executive, right?
Yes.
He's just like a producer in general. I feel like
Oh,
he's just
okay.
like a media guy, right?
Yeah. I thought the bit, very funny as a young teen for him to speak flawless Cantonese, I believe. And then for Mike Myers to talk about cream of some young guy, which that's not going to hold up.
Oh.
It kind of does. It's clever
Sure.
in terms of wordplay.
I felt like Abraham Lincoln will hold up.
Yeah. Schwing.
No. I think one of my favorite scenes was when they were just watching the airplanes come in and out. And they
Sure.
had like a real
Classic.
moment of friendship.
Yeah.
I saw this movie 1,000 times because I had a slightly older brother and we owned it on VHS. So
Yeah.
it was a perfect storm of watching this movie a lot.
I think I saw it in high school. So I saw it later and probably like 10, 15 years after it came out.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was just old enough for you to not have been like in a position to care when it first came out.
Oh, yeah.
In terms just of how young you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then some of my friends in high school loved it. And so I think I watched it over at one of their houses or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was a friend's house movie.
Yeah.
For sure.
So much not in it. There's a lot of like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
really cool. Not. There was so much overlap of pop culture references that came out of this.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty obnoxious.
Yeah. This is definitely like a comedy that you say the lines of at your friends over and over.
Yeah.
Like a Borat or a Napoleon Dynamite that
Yeah.
we did on the show.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about.
This was the Borat Dynamite of his time.
Exactly.
I'm trying to remember now, did it precede or succeed Beavis and Butthead? Which is a similar dynamic.
You mean like as a concept?
Well, like as a developed thing that ended up on TV.
Probably before.
It had to have been before.
You think
I mean,
so?
definitely from the sketch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Like the original sketch had to have been before Beavis and Butthead.
All right. I will look into
That's
it.
good to go the other way.
Really?
Yeah. I'll be bold and say bold and say Beavis and Butthead predates.
Beavis
Wayne's
and Butthead
World.
Bold? Okay.
Here's
got
the
it.
problem. I have no
Billboard Butthead.
concept of when any of these things started because I was mostly absorbing them through other people.
Yeah.
Right? So like we didn't have cable, so I only saw Beavis and Butthead when we happened to be at a friend's house who had cable. But that gave me no indication of how long Beavis and Butthead had been on TV.
Yeah.
Their movie is probably after this movie.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Oh, wow. I remember wanting cable so badly. Like everybody else had Nickelodeon and MTV, and I had to like go over to stay at friends' houses, like on the MTV Movie Awards night
Nice.
and Music Awards, obviously,
Yes.
because that was very cool. Obviously,
Obviously.
Yeah. We had, well, I think we've talked about this before, but we had cable briefly in my childhood.
And then it was taken away as a punishment
I don't
for
really
your
know
behavior.
Probably was like, we got a deal on it and then it got expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, cable.
That would be hard to let go of.
Pretty cool.
We had no cable,
Nickelodeon.
no air conditioning.
Did you guys think about having very stingy and particular fathers who didn't allow the cable companies to string cable over his land and then negotiated free cable for life and it's in the deed?
In retrospect,
Should have done it.
retrospect, that was the right move.
Yeah.
Like that was a mistake on all our parts.
We
Yeah.
just, my brother and I just sold our dad's house because he passed away. But we found that like liner in the deed and we're like, told the realtor, was like, put this on the ad, I guess. Like, next people get it. It's in
Hell
there.
yeah.
They
It's
get
in
it
the
too?
document.
Yeah, it goes with the house.
I mean, they might argue against it,
Amazing.
but like now they have the fact they have a written record to use it is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Like that is such a. I feel like you would have like even if they argue with it, you'd have to go for it.
Yeah, it's like you pull a title search or
Like
whatever.
how
when you do
often
a
do
sale
you
and
have
we
that
came up.
opportunity
Yeah.
to be like, excuse me, and just unfold the piece of paper?
Yeah. In your face, Xfinity.
That's right.
Ugh,
And
so
beyond.
good.
This movie, I definitely think it'll go. Here's what I think is going to happen. I'm hopeful this will be like Austin Powers, where we go in assuming it'll feel really tired and dated, but it'll still be very funny. But I'm guessing that even if that is the case, the ratio of stuff that is tired and dated will be greater than Austin Powers.
You think so? Aha. I feel like it might feel more original. That's my thought.
But I just mean culturally, right? Because like with Austin Powers, he's pulling from a very specific, like pop cultural thing.
Sure.
Whereas this, he's pulling basically from slacker culture from a decade before any of us were adults.
Yeah.
Right?
That's fair. But I'm curious to see how well it'll translate to just
Yeah,
like
me too.
being young, dumb people, even
Right.
Yeah.
dudes specifically.
Yes.
But will it map all the way to just like being dumb with your friends when you were like in your early 20s?
Yeah.
Or teens.
Yeah.
No.
One detail I do remember from this is that Dana Carvey would have trouble with his facial muscles at the end of every shoot because he had to hold it
Oh,
in that
yeah.
Garth way for so long that it would just kind of like his muscles would start to twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very specific, and I kind of wonder, like, I assume this was a character that Mike Myers brought with him to the audition that got him on SNL, but I don't know. I've never actually known like if he and Dana Carvey co-created it or if it's just Mike Myers' jam.
I feel like it was essentially, from what I remember, I think it was like a Mike Myers thing. And then, I don't know, they just sort of like needed someone else to be in it, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like it just happened to end up being Dana Carvey.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's a story out there where like when they first were making this movie, they had like, there was a draft where Garth just like dies in the first act or something. And somebody smartly was like, Mike, no.
No.
Can't.
Kill
Yeah.
off Garth.
Because their chemistry, I think, is really good.
It's so good.
I think watching two comedians do comedy together, that'll be very satisfying to be like, they're really executing on this.
Yeah, I mean, their whole like what makes it fun is their dynamic.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's so because they're such cartoon characters.
Yep.
Right. Like if they were playing it if they played it straight, which like I don't know, like that's where I feel like maybe this will redeem itself. Is like because they're playing such caricatures, like it won't feel quite as bad as it would if it were like a turn of the millennium comedy where it was just like a bunch of young horny dudes, because I feel like those probably don't hold up at all,
Oh,
even
like
though it's been less time
Like American Pie.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I feel like because this one is so specific, right? Like there's such
Yeah.
a specific voice behind it.
Yeah, local access cable.
Like the and like
in
just
the basement.
right, and like the whole dynamic where they're like talking to the camera and like
Sure.
they're I don't know, just having these weird tangents that have nothing to do with the already very thin story. To
Well,
the
that's
movie.
what I was trying to remember, like what the plot is of the movie, because all I can remember are the bits.
Yeah.
Like, is this the one with the church, like from The Graduate? Is that the second one?
I don't remember.
Oh,
And then-
where there's a big reveal of a ancient character actor.
Wait, what?
He asked.
Maybe?
Okay.
Marlon Brando?
Wow, that'd be amazing. What a pull.
I don't think so. Yeah, the scene I'm thinking of, like he asks where the church is
Yeah.
to an old man at a gas station,
Yes.
and it's like famous actor, the same famous actor from True Lies, if memory serves,
Nice.
who was
Okay.
a big reveal in that one.
Yeah.
I
I don't think so.
but I don't know if that's
I
this
think
one or
that's the
next
second
one.
The second one? Okay. And then Bohemian Rhapsody's in this one.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, this was monstrous for like re-energizing that song. I
Oh
think,
man,
for, like,
I only
the youth.
knew the song existed because of this movie.
Yeah.
Because I was, a kid who was 10 in 94 or
Yeah.
whatever. So why would I care about Queen?
That is like one of my teenage memories is being in the car with a group of my friends and they played that song and we
Yeah.
all sang it and like did the whole thing. And I was like, I knew most of the words, but not all the words.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to memorize all the words to Bohemian Rhapsody. And then it never happened again.
Well, I encourage you to go to a Flaming Lips show. I went to an outdoor festival. There are like 10,000 people in a gorge in Washington State. And the Flaming Lips came on. And at one point, they just did basically karaoke for Bohemian Rhapsody. So they had all the lyrics go up behind
nice.
them while they played live and sang it. And singing that song full-throated with 10,000 people is like such an experience.
It's like being in a car with four of your best friends, except exponentially larger.
Everyone's your best friend now.
Yeah.
That's true.
That does sound great, actually.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Who else is in this movie?
Tia Carrera
Yes.
is the hot lady.
Love interest.
Yeah, who is in a band.
Yes.
And that's not his ex-girlfriend.
No.
That's like Shelby.
That's his new interest is
Okay.
Tia Carrera. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
But is she with Rob Lowe or like Rob Lowe is like trying to steal her attention?
They're both trying to get it on with her.
Because she's an amazing rock musician.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Rob Lowe is entirely like he is just like this force that has entered into their lives. And so as they get to know each other better, like he essentially becomes a villain in various ways as the movie progresses.
Okay.
Because he keeps fucking up Wayne's life in
Does he
different
wear
ways.
a white suit?
Ooh, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just picturing him in a white suit. Bets bet he wears a white suit.
Love it.
White suit.
Could be. I'll write it.
There you go.
Dan's bet. God, what is his name? Ed O'Neill is in this movie for maybe 2 scenes, and he is the best part of the movie.
Oh.
Interesting.
In my opinion, his character is so unnecessary but delightful for me personally.
Okay.
And so this is the one with Alice Cooper,
Yes.
not Aerosmith.
Yes, correct.
'Cause I remember now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Chris Farley is a very helpful security guard.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that scene where they have their backstage passes and
Yeah.
they hold them up like idiots. And I'm like, that would be me.
Totally. I have not seen this movie in almost probably at least 20 years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like as we're talking about it, I'm just like remembering, oh yeah, that's a good bit.
Yeah. I did just learn the other day, speaking of Chris Farley, that he was the original voice of Shrek and recorded basically the whole movie
Whoa.
and then died.
Oh, no.
And they were like, we can't release this with a dead man.
Right.
And so Mike Myers did
That's
it.
wild.
And he like
In a
wanted,
Scottish accent.
wanted to go very much not what Chris Farley did.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Sure.
That's why he made it specifically a Scottish guy.
Yeah.
Or at least
Yeah,
like a
but
not
like,
Midwestern
He
guy.
kind of always does a Scottish guy.
Well, his dad is Scottish.
Okay, that-
so
that
like
must be that
That's
there, yeah.
like his. I feel like default.
yeah.
Yeah, his first go playing Elon Musk on SNL recently, he went straight Scott. Like it was a real. He kept working on it.
I mean, like I feel like everything was working against him in that a South African of that particular generation accent plus being Mike Myers is
Yeah.
a very challenging needle to thread.
Yeah, no, and by the next week it was like so dialed in. It's not Mike. You can still call me and thank me for watching Wayne's World.
Yeah, for your entire career post
you're
SNL.
welcome.
Or no, not post SNL. Yes, including
Yes.
SNL.
Yeah.
Molly stayed up till 12:30 or 1 or whatever. Was like,
And
yeah, it's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
And went to sleep.
And then they
And
were
next
like,
week-
"We're gonna turn that into a movie."
that's right. And like her positive energy like went into the air, into the cosmos, and landed in the brain of Lauren Michaels. Was like, oh yeah, we should.
Well, and it must have been a big deal because Mike Myers did So I Married an Ex-Murderer first, and it was not like a huge hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was another movie we watched a lot as children.
Yeah, that was the one someone like showed me in college, and it was like cooler because it's like, oh, you like Wayne's World? What about So I Married an Ex-Murderer? That's like his early stuff.
There's one of the best jokes, and I reference it constantly from So I Married an Ex-Murderer, is at the very beginning. He's at a coffee house and he's kind of holding court, and somebody brings him one of those enormous lattes. Do you remember those enormous lattes that they used to serve? When espresso was starting to get really popular, they would just come out with these enormous mugs. Anyway, he takes it from the waiter and goes, "Oh, excuse me. I ordered the large," and it was just, I don't know. You guys, when he said it was very
Classic.
funny.
Yeah.
I can picture.
I love it.
Yeah.
Who else is in this movie? I feel like this is one of those movies where like there are going to be so many people we recognize.
Yeah.
There's going to be all of these comedy friends and also probably just like actors of the era.
And there have to be more musicians, right? Besides Alice Cooper?
Yeah.
I don't know, because the second one is the one where they actually put on a concert. So there's way more musicians in that one.
And that's the one with Aerosmith.
Yes.
Oh, that's why I keep thinking of Aerosmith.
Whereas this one is more like it's about their show, like
Seems
their
like-
TV show.
Seems like Phil Hartman should
Okay.
be in it.
Oh,
He
yeah.
absolutely should. That is true. That's very.
I don't know who he would be.
I don't either, but I bet he shows up. Let's write it down.
All
I
right.
bet Phil Hartman shows up. That feels right.
Yeah, sorry, we strayed away from plot. The only plot I remember is they're just trying to get to this Alice Cooper show.
Do you want me to just
Okay.
tell you the plot, or does that ruin it?
No, you can
No.
tell me.
Because again, I watched this
Yeah,
movie
we've seen it.
1,000 times.
Yeah.
So basically, Rob Lowe, I don't know, sees their show on local access and then basically decides they are exploitable rubes.
Okay.
And he's essentially trying to turn them into a larger network program. And so the whole conflict is like they're idiots and he is a businessman ultimately. And so like, his version of what TV, like them being on real TV is very counter to like just the way they exist as people.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's the primary conflict is like they're trying to be famous and rich because why wouldn't they? Because they're just goofy slackers from Aurora, Illinois.
That's right. They got
They get
$5,000.
$5,000. But Rob Lowe like has, very specific ideas of how a
Okay.
TV show should be done.
Yeah.
And so they're like, they got to stick it to the man.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
also he tries to steal Tia Carrere from Wayne.
Yeah. I think Wayne and Tia Carrere are like
They like-
dating
yeah, yeah.
at some point.
They like
They're
each other.
they're like official or whatever.
Yeah. Or at least banging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's
wow.
the least believable part of the whole movie.
Do they
Yeah.
have is this the one that has all the product placement bits in it, or is that the second one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Those are very good. I thought they were very funny.
That will probably be the most, like, despite it being up from a bunch of commercials from the early 80s or late
Yeah.
80s, early 90s, that'll probably be the most holds up part of the movie.
Yeah.
Just because it's so specific and so, like, perfectly executed. Yeah.
Reebok.
Or you want to go do the brands?
Yeah.
I feel like Coca-Cola for sure, right?
M&Ms
I think
or
it's Pepsi.
Oh, Pepsi.
The taste of a new generation.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
pushing
A pizza,
hard.
right? A Pizza Hut?
Pizza Hut.
That seems
I
right.
think it's Pizza Hut.
A little, yellow, different.
Motrin.
That's Motrin. Okay. I only remember the tagline.
Is that it? I feel like there's more than that.
Did you write down M&Ms?
No.
Is it M&M's too?
I think, but who knows? VW Beetle?
A car one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll do
I
it.
don't know.
That seems too early for a
guess.
Beetle, but yeah. I do also capture my imagination. They have in their little shitty car. They have a licorice dispenser
Yes.
in the roof.
Oh, that car. It's a gremlin, right? Or something similar?
Could be.
So, the Mirthmobile.
That's right.
Whoa, that's deep cut.
Is it?
Who knows? Yeah. So they are threading that needle of doing a show. Rob Lowe gets them out of the picture with free tickets to free backstage passes to Alice Cooper, so he can like do a hot photo shoot with Tia Carrere,
Oh.
where she's got a snake,
Oh,
a
the
waterfall.
snake.
Yeah.
Yes.
The snake weighs a ton.
That's right.
Mhm.
And then they got to get back and like stop him from being a creep. Anyway, there's three endings,
and
right?
Garth falls in love.
No, it's
He
the
meets-
second one.
Oh.
But he's hot for a lady at the donut place, Foxy Woman.
Is that,
Or wait,
I
is
was
it
gonna-
Foxy
is this
Lady?
Foxy
Oh, wait a
Lady?
minute.
Foxy Lady. Yeah, I think it's Foxy Lady.
Foxy.
Yes, it is.
Making that donut guy.
Yeah, this movie was this movie was my first exposure to so many like musical touchstones from an era before mine.
Right.
Like this is the first time I heard Bohemian Rhapsody. That was the first time I like absorbed that Jimi Hendrix song.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I knew who Alice Cooper was for years.
Yep. Agree on all counts.
Yeah.
Wow. And it affected you, Dan, with your Motrin recall.
Motion Recall.
That's
Which
our
is
new
a
podcast.
sponsored podcast we would do.
Sure. I mean, yeah.
Are you still in business, Motrin?
Great question.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
they are,
right.
for
Okay.
sure. Yeah. I would say like $5,000.
Got a headache? Take a Motrin.
That's one episode.
Yeah, just for one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't even know if that's enough.
No, not in 2025.
Yeah.
That's true.
One per pill, and you got to take two.
$5,000 per pill.
Yeah, so 10,000.
Wait, are we getting paid to take the pills on the podcast? I've lost the thread on what this is.
Well, that sounds like two for each of us, so 40,000.
I'd take 3.
You take three?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Wow. You hear that, Motrin?
Oh, I've got a real pain in my back.
I'll
Yeah.
take a third one.
Hey, we're all 40 years old.
Crazy.
We're all 40 years old. We could use,
do Motrin and
loosen up.
podcast.
Yeah. Wow. Wayne and Garth have other dumb slacker friends
Yeah.
who may be actors we recognize or are maybe just like weird Canadian friends of Mike Myers.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know those. I only know them from this movie.
Yeah.
I don't have any more information than that.
Yeah, I don't, this movie feels like there should be more to this movie, but it is probably like mostly bits. And then
Do you think there are any bits where 2 women speak to each other
Great question. We've got,
and pass the Bechdel-Wallace test?
I could think of two women.
Oh, that's great.
I don't think they,
yeah,
Step number
Good
1.
one.
yeah.
there are at least
How I
yes,
start my day?
there are
Dorothy
at,
Dandridge and Lizzo.
there are at least 2 women.
Name a woman.
There are at least 2 women in this movie, if not 4.
I think fail.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, that seems right.
Yeah.
She does have bandmates, right?
Yeah,
think
but
they're
I
all
think they're all
dudes.
men.
I'm
They're
pretty
all
sure.
dudes?
Yeah.
Pretty sure they're all
this is
dudes.
sad.
But good looking dudes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. In that case, I'm on board again.
Because there's his ex-girlfriend, Stacy. Is that right?
Stacy.
That sounds right.
Yes.
Yep.
I was going to say, I can't. You had a necklace with her name on it.
Yeah.
I know. I
It's
knew it started
Molly.
with an. Okay.
Rude.
Wow.
That is rude.
It's accurate.
I mean, that is.
We've been doing this for 10 years.
10 years.
And then there's wife of Brian Doyle Murray, who's in one scene.
Brian Doyle Murray's in this?
Hell yeah, he is.
Great.
All right.
And that's maybe all of the women in the movie.
Maybe someone.
Oh,
will
yeah.
say-
They own the station? Brian Doyle
I think
Murray?
they're the sponsor.
Okay. Oh, they're maybe the ad sponsor.
Oh.
Oh, and then the woman that Garth's attracted to, but I don't know if she ever actually speaks.
No, I think she just is pretty.
Oh,
Yeah,
yikes.
because I think she just like her. I think there's just every time he looks at her, like a fan starts blowing her hair around or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Maybe she speaks once. I don't know. Maybe in the super happy ending she talks.
That's true.
Yeah,
So there are 3 endings, you say?
that's correct.
Yeah.
right.
It's normal ending or like the bad ending. Scooby-Doo ending. Super happy?
Is
ending?
it super happy ending? It's
I don't know.
it's multiple syllables for sure.
Yeah. One of them is definitely a Scooby-Doo ending.
Yes.
Love it.
I'm for it.
So
Movie's
dumb.
so
This sounds
stupid.
like a really. Sounds like a fun movie.
Yeah.
I think it'll be mostly fun, and then occasionally there'll be jokes where like, "Oh, bummer."
Yeah,
that's my
that
prediction
seems
for this
real.
experience.
Yeah. How should we rate this movie that sounds fun?
So I married a Fox sponsor.
Wow.
So I married a Fox sponsor.
Sponsorer, sorry. So I married a
Sponsorer.
Fox sponsorer.
It's a sponsor of a fox.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a wildlife rescue. Like how
Yeah.
you can sponsor.
Oh, I see.
It's
Animals?
someone who
Some
loves
sort of
animals.
like preserve or like
Yeah.
habitat
Fox
for
preserve.
injured foxes.
Yes.
And we're marrying them.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, we already
Or
have.
we're telling the story of
of how we met
Got it.
and
Yes,
got married.
of
It's
course.
kind of like How I Met Your Mother
Right.
because there are lots of sponsors of different foxes.
Yeah.
Oh, and you don't know which is the one
You don't know which one it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a reality dating
It's a reality
show.
show like Bachelorette.
Yeah. mhm.
But like there's the blind element to it. Like,
But
Yeah.
they're all sponsoring foxes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, nice.
Absolutely.
or are they all sponsoring different animals?
Ooh.
Whoa.
Well, there'd be less mystery, but that sounds fun too. Yes. So somebody sponsoring a giraffe. You know, you
I
can
think
see how
Dan
it
is
goes.
saying that the story we're telling is So I Married a Fox sponsor, but the story itself, as it's taking place, maybe there are many sponsors of different animals.
I hear that, and I want to be supportive
Okay,
because
but it
I love
ruins the
supporting
mystery?
ideas.
It
But
does
it
ruin the
ruins the
mystery.
mystery.
Yeah,
Sure,
Molly's
sure.
right. That's dumb, Dan.
Okay.
That's a dumb idea.
What are they sponsoring the foxes to do?
To live.
Oh,
Live
are they like
I was
alcohol?
hoping it was businesses or something.
Oh, yes, they're angel investors
Oh.
into the Fox's Etsy stores.
Oh wow!
Oh my gosh, I
or
love it.
They could
Or-
be alcoholic foxes.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, so it's what it is. It's a very comprehensive fox rehabilitation center that covers so many
very
different situations.
It's
like
for
All of society's
whether they've
ills.
injured their paw and they can't hunt by themselves,
Okay.
whether they're having substance abuse issues, whether they've got a
business-
great idea for a business.
okay. They sponsor at all levels.
This rules.
Yeah,
I love it.
they really captured new verticals
Yeah.
of
That's right.
sponsoring.
Yeah, like they realized when they first started, like, oh, there's a broader need to
Where's that
support the
horizontal?
foxes of a world than
Yeah.
we realized.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Because they're sneaky. What's the word I'm thinking of?
Sly.
Sly. There it is. Because they're so sly in business and in forest,
And in
And
hiding,
in hiding their drug
substance
use.
use.
Oh, wow.
in relationships. Wow. Awesome.
Great.
Yep.
And this is the story of someone who married one
Yes.
of the sponsors.
Yep.
Sponsors, yes.
Not the
Incredible.
Spock, not the fox itself.
We
Dan,
don't know. Oh,
Dan, how many of those? You're saying a fox sponsors fox?
Maybe.
Wow. Okay.
these foxes clearly contain multitudes.
We talked about this the perfect amount of time just now, so let's
Okay.
move
Yep.
on.
I think my thesis statement is clear. I think this will mostly be fun with a peppering of jokes that are a bummer now in fresh 2025 eyes. Whether they are just like, bad. What? You shook your head.
I wrote fun but bummer, and then I spelled butt with two T's.
Yeah. Did I blow your headphones out?
No,
with
my noise
cackle?
canceling my headphones just turned off. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, sorry. I'll laugh quieter now. Anyway, because of that, I'm going to give it a hopeful 4.
All right.
So I Married a Fox sponsor.
Like sponsor.
Sponsorers.
Yeah, sponsorer. It's like So I Married an Axe Murderer.
No, I
but
get
two
it.
of the
But if
words
you're
are
a
substituted.
sponsorer, if you're helping them with their substance abuse, you're a sponsor, not a sponsorer.
You know what? In this TV show, in this universe, it's sponsorer.
Okay.
It's for fun.
Okay.
We're having fun.
Fine. I'm having a great time.
Beth, you have a great time.
Yeah, I'm having a great time. I agree. I think that it's gonna be very stupid and silly and fun in that way, and I think there are gonna be some jokes that you're like, I don't know about that. So I'm also going to say 4.
Great.
For what?
So I married a Fox sponsorers.
Yeah.
It's plural too?
No, because there's
but it's
4 of
okay.
them.
Oh, okay.
fine.
Take an interest.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I think it'll be fun, but like there'll be something of like, oh, okay, this is a comedy from a few decades ago, but better than probably most comedies from 3 to 4 decades ago.
Sure.
Yeah. So I Married a Fox sponsor.
Good job.
Oh, it
4 of them.
almost sounded like it had a
That's
Z at
so
the
many
end.
Z's.
Yeah. Mine has Z's
Oh, okay.
because they're sleeping.
Aww.
So cute, curled up.
They
Yeah.
are cute.
cute.
Their
They're
big
little-
tails over their face.
Yeah. Yeah. The fox that my sponsor is sponsoring is one of the Arctic foxes that jump and dive straight down,
Yeah.
get little rabbits or whatever.
So cool.
Etsy
Moles.
store. Hey, I'm 4th and nobody minds. I I think I'm going to have so much nostalgia for this. I think I saw this at Lenox Square Movie Theater with Kelly. Shout out.
Kelly, shout out.
No,
Cool.
Kelly, actually parenthetical shout out.
What?
Then moving on with sentence.
Okay.
You know what? This sounds cool. Beth,
Sponsor
make
her.
it sound cool. Motrin, don't back out. We're still down. Okay, so I'm hopeful that my nostalgia will give it a little extra lift, but I'm going to be a little bit cowardly too. So fours across the board.
Fours across the board.
Where's your crash the board?
And I'm sorry, 4. So I married a Fox sponsorer. Zzz. Buzz.
Great.
And with that, we're going to press pause, go watch Wayne's World, and we'll be right back.
Hey, everybody. Happy June, the month of June.
Uh-huh.
Summertime is here. It's nice outside. Maybe it's too hot. If it's too hot, here's what you do.
Oh, my God.
No.
Go inside, log onto your computer, go to the podcast rating website or app of your choice. Apple Podcasts,
Other ones.
Pocket Cast, maybe Spotify. Leave us a maximum
Yes.
star point review.
Yes.
We will read it on the show in the impression of a character from the movie we just watched,
Or,
Nick Cage, or whatever we want to do. Or you can request things.
yeah.
But it helps us have fun. It helps people find the show. It helps you have fun. Creative outlets are important. This is a piece of creative writing. It is your assignment.
Oh.
Oh, and
You will have a nightmare if you do not complete it.
my word.
wow.
It's like a chain
You've
letter.
cursed.
Wait, did you
You've
just give me
cursed them.
summer homework?
Whoa. Gross.
Did.
Wow.
And read 100 books.
What?
100 bucks?
Over the summer?
Do
Yeah.
we get a pizza party?
Yes.
Oh.
We'll get a pizza party. There will be clear soda
Okay.
and pink lemonade.
Great.
They can
Sounds
be
good.
comics, but they got to be good comics.
Yeah.
Oh. What makes something a good comic?
If I've heard of it, me, your teacher.
Wow.
This assignment
You are the
is
worst
specific.
teacher. You are a shitty teacher.
Excuse me, Mr. Jaquette.
Yes.
I have
Molly.
already completed this assignment on Apple.
You're my favorite student. Everybody
Wow.
do as well as Molly.
So, but I don't have to do a review on Spotify, do I?
No, you do. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Clang, 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 clang. Oh, it's the go back to the fucking podcast bell. Everybody out of your seats.
That's right. Stop eating snacks.
And we're back. We just watched 1 hour and 35 minutes of 1992 on a plate.
Yeah, the year you initially bet, and then
Yes.
we all allowed you to change to
No,
90
no, you did not
graciously.
allow me to
Yeah,
change
so
it.
actually,
Graciously,
no
not.
one.
with no
We
vocal.
said, of course you can
There
change
was,
to
there was
90.
no
Change to
verbal
90.
challenge to it. Check
You're right.
the tapes.
We'll all take
Beth.
92 instead, so that's not lonely.
Beth, we're going to check the recording.
Yeah.
It's very clear we didn't push back at all verbally.
That
Exactly.
is fine, Molly. 90 sounds good.
1990.
Molly, you are choosing 1990. We'll put those in where they belong, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Cool,
works.
cool.
Yeah, a movie that definitely starred Mike Myers and Dana Carvey.
Yes,
Yeah.
very good.
92, 135, something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm doing great.
Spiraling.
Yeah. Something that doesn't spiral is, of course, 60
Oh,
Seconds. Summer.
never. We're always very
Laser
under control
focused.
with that one.
The segment where we summarize the movie we just watched, Wayne's World, in 60 seconds exactly. In this parent's basement,
Oh, nice.
I volunteered to do it. I'll do it.
Didn't you just do it?
Did I just do
I
it?
thought he just did it.
Maybe I just did it.
Beth's never done it.
That's
No.
that
Do
sounds
it.
true.
You don't have to do it. Molly can do it.
Yeah, there's a thin plot on this one.
I don't even think I can do it.
Okay.
Sounds
I
like
think
you
I can
should.
do it.
Yeah,
okay.
ready?
Okay.
Well,
Yes.
Go.
We open on Rob Lowe and Ione Skye as a couple watching television. She introduces him to Wayne's World after doing a lot of clicking around and doing a lot of 90s references, but we won't get bogged down by that. We'll just keep going. Basically, Rob Lowe decides he's just a business guy, and he's just trying to turn Wayne's World into a thing that's sponsorable by Noah's Arcade. And along the way, falls in love with Tia Carrera's character. And Wayne.
30 seconds.
Okay. Wayne and Garth are the main characters.
Reset.
And they're doing a show, and then the show gets popular, and they're best friends, and they sing Bohemian Rhapsody with all their other friends.
Wow.
And then in the end, they work out a scheme to try to get
10
Tia
seconds.
Carrera's character in front of a movie mogul, and they have three different, and not a movie mogul, a music mogul, Mr. Big, and they also see Alice Cooper.
Time. Lot of Rob Lowe focus at the beginning.
Well, that's what we open on.
Yeah.
Yep, we do.
But we don't spend the next 30
Yes,
minutes
we do.
of it
That
with him.
is how we open on is the challenge.
100% Utah, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Just want to tag up. Yeah, there's two sort of like parallel tracks of Rob Lowe, Benjamin, trying to exploit both Wayne and Cassandra, Wayne and Garth and Cassandra, to make money, but also he wants to hook up with Tia Carrera's character, Cassandra.
Mm-hmm.
In the end, they defeat him through
Or do they?
Moxie.
I guess it's the last ending. So yeah, they do.
And get a record deal for Cassandra.
Yes,
And Crucial Taunt. It's a pretty good band name, honestly.
it is.
Yeah, it is good. Although I have to say, because at the very end, I'd never noticed before they did the whole "we've reeled you in like fish."
Oh,
So then I was like, oh, is it not the mega happy ending?
Well, it has to be because that's where the second one picks up.
Correct.
Oh,
It's
gotcha.
canon now.
yeah.
Got it. Oh, and I guess they're saying like the part that's silly is, or that's not real, is that they've all developed as individual characters.
Sure. I mean, I never got what that meant as a child, and I still barely got what that meant.
Yeah.
My experience watching this was a lot of like, oh, I never got that as a child.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I watched this a ton with my older brother, who was the actual target demographic of this movie. And like as I'm just like, oh, now I get it.
Yep.
And apparently Dana Carvey based Garth off of his brother.
Nice.
Yeah.
That rocks.
Amazing.
That's pretty great.
He is so fucking funny in this movie.
He's really good.
Garth
He's so committed to
kills
the
me.
specific character.
Yes.
I
He's
love
the
it.
soul. He's like the heart of the whole thing.
Yeah. Like he's, I don't know. Like
Sincerity and sweetness.
and just like unwavering awkwardness. Like he cannot approach any scene he is in. He is doing it kind of poorly. Like he is like not like from a social intelligence perspective.
Yes.
Like he never can quite stick to landing no matter what he's doing. And it's amazing.
One of my favorite like running bits is that like people will walk up and hug Wayne or shake his hand
Or, like,
or
go for a
whatever.
high five, yeah.
They try to do the same to Garth, and he just kind of like backs up a little
Like,
bit.
yeah. Just very almost imperceptibly just kind of
Yep, exactly.
pivots a little bit.
I love it.
It's so good.
there was one moment where they cut to Dana Carvey and he has one syllable response, and it was some of the most magical acting I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I think he just says, "Oh," and it's so good.
Or like like anytime I love how often like someone tries to talk to him and he just either goes like, okay.
Yeah.
Or like my favorite is when they're when they've actually put together the new show at the bigger network in Chicago, and the announcer's like, your last name's pronounced Agar, right? And he just goes, okay. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And he's got a collie dog with a wig on that just looks like his
and like
dumb hair.
little like leather spiked bracelets.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Just very good. He's inexplicably also like an insane hacker.
Yeah.
It's almost too easy.
Yeah. I just the whole dog bit was so stupid and perfect. I love where like it comes in like, what's that girl? Aliens kidnap Wayne? Oh, I misunderstood. Wayne's outside.
Yeah. And then they play hockey.
Yeah.
Game on.
Oh, that is so good. I'd forgotten all about the game on and then car.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Iconic.
Definitely
Iconic.
said that a bunch
Yep.
in the street.
in the street.
Should I just go through all the jokes that I didn't get as a kid?
Yeah.
Ooh,
That I
Oh,
realized
yeah, I
while
love that
watching
you wrote
it.
it down.
I mean, it wasn't even just jokes. Like I realized just the nostalgia of this was just like like absorbing this movie as a fully grown adult. One, I did not realize how many songs that are real that I first heard performed by Tia Carrere as a child.
For
right?
sure.
Like
Yeah.
all those songs, I just knew them. Oh, those are the songs like Cassandra sings in Wayne's World. And then like later at the night, I'm like, oh, right. These are actual songs performed by other bands.
For sure.
But in my head, it was just like, yeah, the songs that Cassandra's band plays. That's one.
Yeah.
You can chime in. I don't need to go
May
through
I,
this
may
list.
I
Like,
just
yes.
interrupt for just a quick
Please.
second and say this reminds me of leaving the theater one time and they were playing the original Knocking on Heaven's Door.
Mhm.
And I was with my best friend, no big deal, as we were leaving the
Same
theater.
best friend?
Us?
Saw Wayne's
Yeah,
World?
same one. I only have one.
Oh, wow.
Kelly, shout out.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Kelly,
Kelly,
shout out.
shout out.
Our nemesis.
That's right. We're coming for you, Kelly.
That's right.
You get that number one spot.
All three of us collectively.
That's right.
Anyway, we were leaving, and I turned to my friend and I said, "Oh, it's that song by Guns N' Roses."
Right.
Yeah.
And I saw the adult in front of me have like a visceral reaction, turn his body a quarter of the way
Yeah.
and his head almost halfway, and then he caught himself, turned himself back around, and walked out.
Good for
He did
him.
a really good
Yeah.
job.
For him.
Good for
That's
him.
impressive.
But I felt like a ripple, like
Yeah.
an energetic ripple through
sensed-
the
you
universe, and
sensed
was
the
like,
threat.
"Oh,
the
I
pending
guess,
threat.
I guess." And probably had he said a word to me, I would have garthed out. Like,
Yeah,
I would have
totally.
I think
okay.
I think I did the same thing to some probably older Gen X person by saying, Landslide by Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's definitely one. Both of those are definitely ones
Yeah.
for me where like later on I'm like, oh, I see.
Oh yeah, so like Ballroom Blitz, I think is such an interesting choice, but she rocked it.
He does.
Yeah.
It does.
I don't know. I was thinking about that. I was like, are any of those really heavy metal?
I mean, maybe that was the idea, right?
Oh,
like maybe
maybe.
He's
they,
doing metal covers.
yeah. I
Or
don't know. Or maybe
Make it
they were
metal.
metal style.
maybe they were cheaper.
Oh, there
could
you
be.
go.
Yeah.
And Tia Carrere is also a musician,
Sick.
and plays.
Does she play the bass?
I'm not sure. And I was watching her play, and I was
Yeah.
like, that's a pretty basic bass line.
Sure.
I mean, that's fine. It's
Plausible.
fine. Most metal isn't
ahead.
known for its like
That's true.
incredibly intricate bass riffs.
Right. Except for I'm sure some band that
I know. I
somebody's
was like,
yelling at
I
us
was like,
right
I
now.
don't want to make that statement.
No. But you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's
Power
more
metal.
likely to, favor the treble clef.
Indeed.
Is all I'm saying.
I agree. I think that's a fair statement and no one can get mad about it.
I'm staying on this one.
No, I think you two are right.
No, you guys are making the right choice for sure.
Okay.
I realized, even though I mentioned how funny it is in the first half, just watching it and remembering myself watching the movie as a kid, I realized like I thought the whole sponsorship bit was funny as a kid, but like as a child, my brain was like, oh, they're just doing commercials, haha. But like I didn't actually appreciate like the actual joke, which is the irony of what they're doing.
Oh, it's a scene about not selling out.
Yeah.
And they're selling
And like
out.
I never like my child brain was just like, haha, commercials. I've seen these.
Yeah. And then it's also sort of funny that for sure the movie got paid
Yes.
by those companies,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
I mean, if they didn't, then whatever. That's also funny.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And Garth decked out in a full
It's
Reebok
so good.
tracksuit.
Such a good cut. Like, because he was like, they had him on camera before that. So, like, he
Yeah.
was in his regular costume earlier.
Yeah.
Such
And it
a
just
good
pans
cut.
up.
And I think they do a good, I like they changed the camera,
Yes,
like
the
softness
lens or
as well.
something.
It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, it looks more like a commercial. Like they really went all in on it.
So good.
And the framing and stuff of just
Yeah.
like Mike Myers' head very close to the Pepsi can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like perfectly.
or like, or my favorite is when he,
Execute.
my favorite is when he's like about to reach into the Doritos bag and then lifts it up into frame, and does it perfectly smooth where he doesn't crinkle or wrinkle the bag
yeah,
at all.
someone's done some commercial acting.
Well, or perhaps they had an incredible director.
Speaking of the sponsorship scene, we got the drug wrong. It was
Yeah.
Nuprin, not Motrin.
I was going to
Nuprin.
say, do you think Nuprin is mad that we remember it as Motrin?
Does Nuprin exist?
I don't
I
think
don't
it
even know.
does.
You mean anymore?
Anymore.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it except for like
I remember the
enough that my
commercials.
brain
Yeah.
erased it and added Motrin in there.
Yeah, I remember the commercial that they were
Yeah.
parodying.
Is it
for
a
sure.
different drug?
What do you mean?
I don't think so.
I'll look it up.
Okay.
Like you mean like chemically from
Yeah,
Motrin?
yeah, or anything. Why is it little and yellow and different?
Oh.
Well,
Does it just not
it
work,
just-
or is it just a different brand?
No, I think it's just a brand.
It's a brand name for
Ibuprofen?
ibuprofen.
Oh.
Okay, so Advil crushed them.
Yeah, I guess, or maybe it's
And
the same company
Motrin.
and just spun out a different brand.
Motrin's ibuprofen too?
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
Wow. I don't
Take
know.
an interest.
I mean, I always
I
just
buy
get the
generic,
generic.
yeah.
Ibuprofen. What?
If you had your period every month for most of your life, I bet you would be
You know
an expert.
all the brands.
Yeah, and their relative strength.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm sure I would.
I'm sure you
Yeah.
would.
Does Motrin have a particular strength?
It's strong.
But like, do we know how
Motrin.
strong?
It's strong.
I mean, we'll cover it on the podcast.
Oh, sorry.
The Motrin podcast.
Right. Sorry.
I think it's the same as, I think it's like 200 milligrams per pill, like every other one.
Is it just
right?
like is it like
200?
the
Yeah.
timing, the release timing of it is different or
Yeah,
something?
I don't know.
I
Who
just
knows?
know that if someone's like, I have Motrin, you're like, great, that's
Yeah.
perfect. I'll
Yeah.
have 3 of them.
Drugs are weird,
And
man.
if it's Advil, I'll have 4. I used to, and that's not healthy. You shouldn't take that many, but I would just swallow them plain.
Yeah.
I thought the candy coating was helpful for if you're in class and you can't like excuse yourself. I could swallow an Advil whole.
Dry swallow.
That said,
That's a skill. Dry
Wow.
swallowing
oh
pills.
god, yeah.
I don't know that
Yikes.
I've ever done that
They're
before.
basically candy coated.
It's hard.
It's hard, but
Teens,
Good to know.
don't listen to anything I just said. And
Pills
people
aren't
younger than
candy.
teens, they are not candy.
Yeah.
They're not good for you.
They're
Don't
not
take a
great
bunch
for
of them.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be taking that a lot.
yeah, just
That-
get something natural from the earth, man.
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to use magnesium, and you
Talking
can do
about
like
that
a
weed?
magnesium
I'm talking
spray.
about it,
Yeah.
yeah.
That would work.
Yeah.
Magnesium spray, but
For what?
for cramps
What do you mean
on
spray?
your on your abdomen on the external.
Oh.
Exterior.
Like it goes through the skin?
Yeah,
Huh.
Oh, wow.
it can be helpful because it helps your muscles relax, but
Interesting.
usually the degree of pain you're experiencing,
Not super helpful.
not the most.
Got it.
Okay.
Quick tip.
Hey, teens, yes.
If you're a large tube of a man like I am, or really just a large any shape of a person,
Yeah.
my nurse mother often told me, especially when I was an
Nurse mother.
adult, like she's like, look at how much the bottle tells you to take and take slightly more because you're a large boy.
Oh, sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
I remember my mom who went to nursing school at one point. I'm unclear. Anyway, her wisdom was when you're taking the first of a medication, it's okay to round up because it's, you don't have any lingering in your body from the previous.
2 weeds.
What are you
Dan.
rounding to the nearest
Well,
5?
like, okay, yeah.
Or are you just adding 1?
Well, it just depends. I don't want to give medical advice.
I'm
maybe-
caught up on the math of it. I don't think that's rounding. I think you're adding 1.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's slyer to say
Sure,
round
sure.
up.
Round up
Wink.
to the nearest next number up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wink.
Now you get it.
Sure.
But don't listen to this podcast for
certainly not.
medical
No,
advice.
we're not a
Whatever's on the
medical
back
podcast.
of your bottle.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then,
Start
or what
there.
your doctor says.
Or
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
your doctor says.
But your doctor, not
they're smart.
Dan's mom.
No.
What?
Or
okay.
well,
Nurse mother?
Unless you're the child of Dan's mom.
mom, yeah, then you
But
can.
if you're 200 pounds or more, you can probably take slightly more that's on the bottle. I'm just talking about like simple painkillers.
if you
I
were
trust nurses. They're the
200
heroes.
Yeah, they're the first responders.
That's why I'm
We
banging my
bang our
pants.
Also, if you're over like 215 or 220 pounds, Plan B does not work as prescribed. Double
Oh,
check.
wow,
There you
Plan
go.
C.
That's an important piece of information.
Wow.
Cool it, teens.
Hey, teens.
Yeah.
Read the prescription on the back of the bottle.
Yeah. Be prepared. But like, if you're not, don't be ashamed to
Get
take
help.
get
Speaking
help
of
afterwards.
sexual health
yeah.
and teenagers,
That's what this podcast
bring
is
us
about.
back. Bring us back.
realized watching it this time, I never knew what a condom was during the scene where Garth is taking a tour through
Benjamin's house.
Benjamin's babe layer.
Yeah.
So like again, I was just like, haha, Garth thinks that's gross. But like I didn't actually understand like what he had in his hand. He's just like ribbed for her pleasure. Ew. And I just was delighted by his line reading.
Yeah,
That's
it
great.
is. It is like a little kid's interpretation of like not really knowing, but
Yeah.
somehow it sounds gross, but you don't
Really?
like you don't really know
Not
anything.
actually, yeah.
Any part of it that makes sense.
I can't remember what made me laugh so hard. Because first in that tour, he has the 3 books on how to pick up women. Is like he's so
How to
smooth.
get chicks, how to pick up women. He's smooth. I love how him having the books out is somehow smooth.
As we were watching it, I was like, Rob Lowe does not need those books.
And he is very smooth.
He is very
I
smooth.
mean, literally,
And-
he has perfect skin in this movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, every time they showed him on screen, I was like, I get it.
He could get it more like.
Right.
My man.
And he's very good
He's so good
at playing
this.
the sleazeball, but like obviously a caricature of one.
Yeah.
Like the pandering that he does to everybody. It's so obvious.
Yes.
It's not over the top,
But
but
it's-
it's also not like straight.
Yeah.
It's-
He does such a good job of
Yeah.
like smiling just enough
Yeah.
when he's talking to people that he's trying to like woo or whatever. It's delightful.
Yeah.
I love it.
And sounds like convincing Cantonese.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, that whole Cantonese scene
Where they're talking on the roof.
where Wayne and Cassandra have
Whatever.
taken a minute. They're talking on the roof, and he has been trying to learn Cantonese, and you know that. And they start out with really basic
Yes.
conversation, and it's very believable. And then it evolves into this very nuanced
Like the
conversation.
most earnest piece of dialogue in the entire movie.
Yeah, with some sympathy and sense of personal responsibility around his ex-girlfriend Stacy and what she must be going through.
Yes.
Oh, it was perfection.
Yeah, and the gag where he like starts talking and the subtitle's already huge. And then he stops talking and then it just suddenly goes, but, and he just looks at the camera and just waits patiently while it runs through like 3 more subtitles.
Yeah. This is a good bet. And again, sounded like good Cantonese. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah. But it didn't sound like, as that started, I was like,
Worried.
oh no, what if it's just
Totally.
fake Chinese?
Yes, totally.
And maybe it was, but it didn't sound like it was doing that for a joke. So I guess I don't think it is.
Feels like the kind of thing that Tia Carrere would not be on board with.
Yeah.
Right? Like it feels like she'd be like, oh yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Let's do that. And
She's
maybe even like
originally from
helped with
Hawaii.
maybe even helped
Okay.
with pronunciation. Or
And she
something.
was super grateful that Mike Myers wrote that role that way
Mm-hmm.
because that made her eligible. She's like, otherwise it would have gone to Meg Ryan or somebody. But because he wrote all that Cantonese parts in, they needed someone who appeared to be Asian. Well,
Asian.
is, but also,
Yes.
but not necessarily from China.
Right. Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is her
As a
family
country of origin.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is so awkward.
Is her family from
I'm
I don't-
garping
Hong Kong?
out.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's she from, Molly?
Really
She's
from.
from America,
No, but
okay?
like really.
That's not what I was asking. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm genuinely curious. I don't know.
am too. I have no idea.
She grew up in Hawaii. I know that.
Yeah, you already said
Yeah.
that.
So
Okay.
did my dad.
No big deal.
He's not in this movie.
Why not?
No one asked.
Missed. Yeah. Hey, come
Wow.
on.
She was also a voice on Lilo and Stitch.
Okay.
And she's
Okay.
won 2 Grammys.
Nice.
And she
Wow.
writes Hawaiian music.
Nice.
Oh.
All right.
Good
and
for her.
also can belt out a metal song like nobody's business.
Yeah.
She got pipes.
She got pipes.
I mean, really, yes,
Legit.
legit, believable metal pipes. Yeah,
Great shrieks.
just like an organ.
Yep.
Wow.
I get it.
Just like an organ.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
Thus
Oh my God,
concludes
that's terrible.
the jokes I didn't get as a child.
Oh, that's it?
I think so.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I mean, everything else was more just like jokes that I got, but maybe appreciate more as an adult because I'm like, oh, that is clever or something.
Yeah.
Or now that I'm an adult, I'm like, haha, I can relate to this adult experience.
Oh, I'd completely forgotten about the donut shop owner who was a murderer.
Oh.
Who knows?
Ed O'Neill. I believe Dan betted he
Yes.
would be
Ugh.
betted. Is that
That's what you said.
That's the right. That's not a word though, right?
No.
Bet. Wow.
You okay?
What happened during the second?
Let's start up. Reset.
I believe Dan bet that he would be the best character in there, and I agree. He brought it as well.
So
He plays it
funny.
like he's doing a dramatic movie
Yes.
about someone with like PTSD from killing a man.
Yeah.
Effectively,
Yeah.
right? Or like he was in Nam
or something. And I love his first scene where like even Wayne is like, what are you doing? Like with the like Wyatt, like he's mad that the camera's following him.
Yeah, he steals the camera's focus. Yeah.
How could he not?
Right.
Yeah, it's just so because it's I don't know. It's so because he doesn't even like say hello or anything. Like he immediately looks at the camera and says, "Why is it when you kill a man?" in the field of battle, it's called heroic. When you kill a man in the heat of passion, it's called murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was not
It's
battle.
amazing.
It was not battle killing that he did. He
Doesn't sound like it.
No, he definitely killed.
No, he owns a donut shop.
Yeah.
Or runs it. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
We're unclear.
I know what you'd like to do. I'd like to find the guy who did it. Rip his still beating heart out of his chest so we can see how black it is before he dies.
Yeah.
I thought I would file agreements with the union.
Yeah. That guy seemed like a guy.
He's in other stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I feel like he's a
Canadian.
frequent character actor
Yeah.
for movies of this era.
Yeah.
Also, Chris Farley had kind of only a little bit to work with and delivered so big.
He did.
I have come to appreciate Chris Farley so much more as an adult. Because again, as a dumb kid, I was like, haha, fat man fall down.
Yeah.
But like now when I see anything he does, he's like, he is so committed to like whatever action he is taking in that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's glorious.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
He just lists cities.
But does
and
it in
it's
such
amazing.
Yeah.
just the intensity with which he punctuates each city with his gestures.
Yeah. And his physicality.
Come back up
is-
through Chicago, which you can't see because it's an audio format.
Yeah.
Just find it on YouTube.
Yeah. And
It's
he's
great.
walking around like he's very muscular. Like his physicality is really good.
Yeah, that whole gag where they're just like, wow, that was a lot of information for just a security guard.
Yeah. Honestly, that held up the most for me.
That gag is so good.
The poking fun at themselves and like movie making.
Yes.
Just like the obvious conceits.
Yeah, it seemed extraneous at the time.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
job.
There were lots of women in this movie.
There were.
There were, yeah.
They were in the movie.
Good
Yep.
looking women.
Yeah. None of them talked to each other.
No.
No.
A lot of them didn't have names.
No. There was the part that I felt the most sad about it was at the end when they each had like a woman on their arm and
Yes.
they were like talking to the screen and I'm like, oh, but they're right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, hello, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garth's
We're all in
woman
this room
was
together.
Dream Woman.
Dream Woman,
Dream woman.
which is like a bummer, but also that's sort
It's
of
like-
the joke,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That she's not a real woman.
Yeah. Well, he's just like, she's not actually attainable
Yeah.
in Garth's world.
Yeah. But definitely some big like women are one in this movie. Like
Yeah.
there's competing and like she will be mine, right?
Yeah, yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
the
Yeah.
line.
First the guitar, which is
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
actual literal thing.
Yes.
And then,
The woman.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of women,
Please.
Yeah.
and also before my phone runs out of battery,
Wow.
I just wanted to mention that Lauren Michaels, who was the producer for this movie, hired Penelope Spheris to direct, and she had directed several musical documentaries before that, but was really struggling and was 45 when she finally got hired to do this. But apparently she and Mike Myers did not get along necessarily.
Shocking.
She told Entertainment Weekly that Mike Myers was emotionally needy and got more difficult as the shoot went along.
Checks out.
And that he complained during the Bohemian Rhapsody scene, refusing to believe audiences would find it funny. She said she attempted to assuage Myers by having her daughter provide him snacks. And this to me is a detail that's creepy without knowing the child's age or what the snacks were. And that on one occasion he stormed off the set, upset that there was no margarine for his bagel. Myers and Spheris argued over the final cut, causing Myers to prevent Spheris from directing Wayne's World 2. And in 2022, Spheris said the conflict had been overstated and that the margarine incident was the only time when she felt Myers was being unreasonable.
Wow, what a journey.
Yeah, what a roller coaster that was.
Yeah, it really was.
So everything was actually fine?
Well,
Or good enough.
good enough. We're okay with it.
I mean, I don't know. Because
But I do need to, speaking of Bohemian Rhapsody, I have to correct something again
Oh.
before my phone runs out of power.
Wow.
do you want one of us to look up whatever you're looking at?
No, because I have it queued up.
Okay.
Wow.
This I'm doing it.
Battery's draining.
The battery's draining. And you're draining my battery. The scene in which Wayne, Garth, and friends lip sync to Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody in an AMC Pacer, not a Gremlin. It's one of the best known scenes. And that Pacer is like one of the most original cars from the film, or like one of the most memorable cars from film.
Yes.
Sure.
And has appeared on multiple shows.
Should be in a museum.
I think it is.
gotta be a
It's one of the
car
two
museum.
most famous AMC cars featured on film or TV. The The other being Dixie, the Jeep CJ7 driven by Daisy Duke and the Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, there we
So
go.
very current references both.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I don't know the car maker AMC.
I don't either,
Sounds
so
like
I
a
assume
movie
that
theater chain, if you ask me.
Ayo. Okay, and
American
then
Motor
quickly,
Company, I assume.
Oh, well, sure.
so this was, I think, one of the first things that Lorne Michaels produced. Blues Brothers is not listed among his credits, but it
Validated.
is the first SNL sketch to go to movie form, and that was in 1980, and then this movie didn't come out until 92. And since then, he has produced like a bunch of TV shows, but in terms of movies, Wayne's World 2, Coneheads, Tommy Boy, Stuart Saves His Family, Black Sheep, A Night at Roxbury. Sorry, I didn't sound so judgy. A Night at Roxbury, Superstar, The Ladies' Man, Mean Girls, Hot Rod, Baby Mama, MacGruber. Oh, that's right. They made a whole movie out of that. The Guilt Trip,
It's pretty funny. Yeah.
Staten Island Summer, Masterminds, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, Brother Nature, Vampires versus the Bronx.
You just read filmography?
Yes, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
I mean,
They
we
just
stopped.
cut it out.
We stopped SNL movies. Many movies passed before that.
Well, I didn't know which ones were and weren't.
I see.
It was interesting to hear that this was the first.
Yes.
Thank you.
Is it really called Night at Roxbury?
No, it's called
Night at
Night
the
at the
Roxbury.
Rock. Yeah, that's what I
Roxbury.
thought.
I was starting to get nervous because you were staring at me. And my
I thought it's 'cause your
battery's
phone
going
was
dead.
dying.
It
Yeah,
is dying.
it was dropping those.
Yeah,
I just didn't have time.
It seemed like probably what happened is this movie did well, or at least was well received enough. I don't know if it did well financially.
Oh,
that-
it did great.
Okay.
It was a top 10 movie.
So, because like most
Whoa.
of the list, except for Coneheads, most of the things you listed were from that cast
Yeah.
of SNL, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Superstar.
Oh no, that's
That's
a
an
newer one.
SNL.
And Roxbury,
Yeah.
But Coneheads is before them, right?
yes.
That's why I thought it would have come out before. That threw me off.
Wow.
Yeah. Probably Dan Aykroyd came knocking on Lorne Michaels' door
What
and was
about
like,
me?
"Where's?"
Yeah,
I
it's
was there
like,
from the
hey,
beginning.
You gave those stupid teen kid men their movie.
Yeah. That's probably what happened.
Yep.
I was in sneakers.
Hey,
Hey.
my dad really enjoyed that movie. I didn't.
Coneheads?
Yeah, I haven't seen it as an adult, so I couldn't tell you how well it holds up.
I don't
I don't
remember
know.
anything good
It's
about
very
it.
stupid.
Jane
Yeah.
Curtin's in it, right? It's
Yes.
like all the original.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I've watched the original sketches too, and I'm like, this is not for me.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the time, it was so different from anything else on late night, I guess.
Yeah, you don't have to defend 1970s SNL.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
watched a whole like movie about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of stuff for the 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're really celebrating themselves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Seth Meyers is all over that.
Wow.
Phil Hartman not in this movie.
No, shocking.
Yeah.
When did
Probably
he
just busy.
pass away?
Ooh, great
Oh,
question. Maybe he already was dead.
2000s?
I don't know.
Oh, I think later than 92.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I
'Cause
never.
I feel like I was like a teen. I was like aware of a
Yeah.
news story of like, whoa, because his wife shot him.
When was News
Yeah.
Radio on? What years was News Radio?
Oh,
Like
yeah, that's right.
mid-nineties.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's yeah.
Oh, he passed in 98.
Aha.
Yeah. See?
Shocking. I'm shocked he's not in this movie.
I was just
Also,
curious.
it's very sad.
So
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're just asking if he's in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know. It's just Dan was like, see, I'm right.
Yeah. It's good to be right. Phil Hartman will want me to be right.
We want to keep the record correct on this. The integrity of this podcast demands we keep the records correct.
Yeah.
We've never gotten anything wrong.
Ever.
Ever.
Oh, boy.
Alice Cooper is very funny, playing it very straight as he's a rocker, but then he's actually very intelligent and culturally.
Yeah.
Knows a lot about
knowledgeable.
Milwaukee.
It's so funny. My favorite part of that whole scene is just when his guitarist just goes, "Oh, what does he say? It's like,
Is Milwaukee a Native American word?
well, yes, Pete, it is."
Yeah.
Just this perfect and completely dry conversation.
Yep.
I imagine that's probably a lot of that joke is based on reality. Because like once you
knows?
take the makeup off him, he's just like
Just
some
a guy who has interests, right?
Yeah, like literally, like he spent a lot of like his later years just like golfing. Like it's if you look it up, it's very funny to see pictures of him because he still has like the long black hair, but he's in like, pretty stereotypical like golfer man
Polo
sweaters and polos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all sorts of people like golf.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah, we thought about getting into it.
I've never done
My
it.
wife and I. We took a lesson.
Wow.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
A good lesson.
Okay.
I would recommend the Highland Park course guy.
The guy?
There's just one guy there?
There's one guy who does the lessons.
Okay.
Wow. Local reference.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
Okay.
It's through the Parks Department.
Okay.
What do you want?
Parksdepartment.mn.gov, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. And they got, First Tee over there? Seems like a very solid children's program. My child was not interested in pursuing golf after one lesson.
Oh, my child, no big deal. Don't dox me. Was like, I've never played golf.
Oh.
And we were like, is that an interest?
Well, I'll send you a link for this
Great,
organization.
please
if you want.
do.
Was there
I've been put on notice.
was there anything in the recent past or in your current surroundings that would have triggered that statement?
You know, the only thing is one of those things where buy nothing new and they're just like, I have a box of kids' books.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we picked up one and there was a book in there called My First Golf Book. And in it,
Okay.
it's this very strange mix of jokes that are pun based that only an adult would understand.
Sure.
And then sort of explaining the game, but then also talking about birdies like they're real. It was very confusing.
Okay.
Something for everyone.
Not a great book, but she has flipped through this book many times.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, but also I'm like, is there scholarship money for this?
Right?
Let's get started.
Let's
Yeah.
get started.
Okay.
Yeah. You got to get your kid in a niche sport or instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My brother definitely had a friend who played the harp and they got like a full ride somewhere.
Sick.
That's hard though.
Yeah. It's probably a big investment
harp?
up front.
Well, I mean, it's like, I'm
Can't be
sure
that
it's
hard,
very
right?
complex
Come
to
on.
play. Shut up. But also just like transporting a harp.
Yeah, right?
Like, how do you even take lessons?
Oh my God. I don't know.
For the harp?
Yeah.
I would imagine like any other
I'll
instrument.
give you a lesson.
You would like call it somewhere?
Well, okay. When I was in elementary school, I played the bass.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so there was one at school and then they sent one home with me. So I
Yeah.
could practice at home maybe once.
Two
Yeah.
bases.
And then,
Do you think there are kid harps?
yes.
Nice.
Oh, okay. I'll work on it.
That's
I'm writing
fun.
it down.
yeah.
Yeah, check the Buy Nothing group
Harp?
for a kid
Yeah.
harp.
Slash
Good for-
golf lessons.
Yes.
Yeah. My
Listen, listeners, if you have suggestions for scholarship,
Ooh, like niche paths.
like
Yeah,
niche
yeah.
future scholarship,
Totally.
listen, me and my entire family would be so grateful.
Yeah.
Are
because
you
we're
really
need
going to
this
look back at this note that says
it's
harp?
child harp.
child harp kid, and then it's going to be plus golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll
Ask.
make sense.
I mean, that
Jaquette.
does sound like a TikTok channel of like
True. Yeah.
the golfing harpist.
Yeah, for sure. They're like playing
They play a
They like
song.
Golf
Wow,
harpist,
yeah.
Yeah.
kid
then hit a
detective.
drive. Yeah.
And they like
Oh.
got it in the cart. Yeah.
and then it like lands on another harp and finishes the.
Oh, finish
Oh,
the
wow.
song.
Resolves the.
Little run.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fun. Hey, you listening, harpists and
Yeah.
golfers?
Get out there. Join forces. You've been enemies too long.
Yes. Let's finally squash the beef between
Yeah.
harpists and golfers.
Yeah.
It's causing
This is
a lot
about
of
the
tension.
movie
Right.
Wayne's World,
Yes.
right?
Wayne's World. Party time. I did not recognize any of the crew. His like stoner burnout, not stoner burnout.
There was one guy who compliments the sponsor's wife, who I don't think has a name, profusely.
Yeah.
That might have been Terry.
No,
Is that-
Terry was the I
no.
love you guy.
Oh, okay.
There was
who
a
looks
different
like
guy, and I think he looked familiar, maybe from 21 Jump Street or something.
Oh. Terry, because I was trying to figure out if he looked familiar because I saw this movie 1,000 times or other reasons. I think it's mostly this movie, but also I looked at his credits and he's been doing TV spots forever. Like
Okay.
he's working, like he's still working, just shows up in random stuff all the time.
Terry looks like High School Musical guy to me.
Zac Efron?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He had like a Zac Efron shaped head.
Wait, is Terry the burnout who's
Terry's the
gonna
I
throw
love
up?
you guy.
Oh, the I
Phil
love you
is
guy.
the guy who's
That's
going to hurl.
Phil, yeah.
Oh, Phil.
Phil's the guy who is led into the car because of Wayne's no honk guarantee,
Yeah.
which
gonna
Garth just
spew.
accepts. which
Spew
is-
into this. That's something I said a lot.
yeah.
What else would you say?
If you're gonna spew into this.
It was the tiniest paper cup.
There's a lot of
So
great
small.
line reads in this movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the thing. It's like this movie is so like if you I feel like I'm thinking of like your kid, right?
Yeah.
Like if you were like, oh, we should like even like if he once he got to like a more appropriate age, like I feel like you'd have to like spending time with just explaining to him why something's funny.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Like the movie is like it hangs. It's so much of its support. Like the infrastructure of this movie is just like, oh, they just do something in a funny way, and I don't know how much people who didn't grow up with those two would care. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Sure. It's character driven. Like if you're not aware of this kind of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. They're just kind of dummies.
Yeah.
feel
I
like
don't
that
know.
works.
I really.
The universal film language.
I mean, they are like cartoon, like very cartoony. So like maybe it tracks with other people. I don't know.
I was really paying attention to the tape deck. They play cassette tapes, and then
Oh, yeah.
later he upgrades to a CD player.
Yeah.
And I was thinking a lot about years ago, like the early aughts. A technology writer gave his 8-year-old Walkman with a cassette tape.
Yeah.
And asked him to review it. And he wrote this review that was like, well, the buttons felt satisfying,
Oh.
but he was explaining the basic mechanics. Like you have to listen to the songs all the way through in order, and you have to press this button with arrows to go ahead and back.
Oh, this is now.
And you have to flip it over. Yeah, like early aughts.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
And so I was just like, I wonder, like, I kind of want to find a Walkman
Totally.
cassette player and just start handing it to children.
Absolutely.
That sounds weird. That sounds weird.
You drive around, free
Just
Walkmans.
Yeah.
We got our kid a CD player, portable CD player, to try and listen to audiobooks from the library.
When you say portable, describe.
like a Discman.
Okay.
Yeah. With skip protection.
Nice.
Oh,
nice,
nice.
dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. It also had like built-in speakers, which that blew my
What?
mind. Yeah. Because speakers can be small now.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Kids don't know how good they got it.
That's right. And he loved like being able to like take physical media
Yeah,
and
yeah.
put it in and do it. Unfortunately, most of the audiobooks that you get from the libraries, those CDs are scratched to hell.
Oh, no.
yeah.
You just like, it doesn't work most of the time. So that's
Could
too bad.
you find it on digitally and burn a CD?
I could, but we have something called a Yoto player. Shout out to this product, which is a different like physical media audio,
Yeah.
screenless audio player. So I
It's like
would
the
do
Tony
that
Box
instead.
competitor.
What?
I don't know what that is.
A corporate item Tony Box is a little box speaker with
Okay.
terrible sound.
Uh-huh.
And you buy little figurines that have a magnet on them.
Yeah.
And that magnet technology, when it touches the top of the Tony Box, it'll play music or stories.
Yep.
And then you literally hit with all your might one side or the other to fast forward or rewind.
Oh, Yoto's
This little
got
cube?
dials.
Yeah, it's for like little kids to be able to play media and fast forward, rewind. And it's got little ears, and one ear is big and one ear is small. And the big ear, if you press it, gets louder, and the small ear gets quieter. It's like a game changer in terms of having kids have a screenless way of participating in entertainment
Yeah.
and selecting their own stuff.
Yeah, having control over their own content. Yeah.
But it's also just so wasteful. And every single one of those little Tonys is like between, I don't know, the cheapest one you can get is maybe $17.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
To like $20. And like they have a shelf life. So you end up just trading them amongst other parents.
Yeah.
But listen, if you're already hooked into this Tony pyramid scheme,
Uh-huh.
I highly recommend checking out the sloth and the hippo. The hippo looks like it's going to be scary and talk about calories and fitness and stuff, but it's really all very affirming, body positive stuff.
Wow.
And the sloth is the chillest, best character in the world. It's just like a nonstop meditation / sleep story. It does the trick. Highly recommend. And those are the cheaper ones. Just skip all the Disney ones.
Hey.
You heard it here first.
Wow.
They're overpriced and they only have like 3 things. They've got like 2 songs not sung by the famous people.
Oh,
One.
sure.
Wow.
And then like a story that goes on way too long.
Yotos have little cards.
It's me,
Oh.
Princess Elsa. Let it go. Let it go.
Catch me on my other track, Oscar the Grouch.
Anyway, audio content.
Nice.
Oh,
That's what
sorry.
we're doing right now.
Hello, it's
Yeah.
me, Ariel, the Little Mermaid.
Yes. What's this? A fork 'em a Jew?
Did I
Whatever.
tell you how they would dub movies in the Soviet Union? Has that come up before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, for newer listeners,
I see. Okay.
Why did you ask?
not for the dance, but for newer listeners, they just hired one voice to be the voiceover for all the characters. So I remember watching, I think, a Terminator movie,
Nice.
and all the voices were, what are you doing?
He's ready to make a segue.
Yep.
But finish your thought.
Okay.
Battery's draining.
Battery's draining. But it was just one man's voice. And even if it was a little child, it would go, da da. It's pretty great.
Speaking of the Terminator,
Yes.
the T2 actor who played the T-1000 is in
Robert
Wayne's
Patrick.
World, the movie we've been talking about the entire time. Just a scene, like, no point. Wayne gets pulled over. It's that guy. He says, "Have you seen this boy?"
It's literally like, hey, remember this
John
movie that
Connor.
came out last year?
Yeah.
And then he goes, ah!
He screamed to the camera is
Yeah.
what makes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good, though, because it's once again playing with the conceit that he's in a hurry to get somewhere and he gets pulled over by
Yes.
the police.
Right.
And you're expecting the usual exchange.
Yeah.
And when it's not, instead the guy goes, "Have you seen this boy?"
Yeah, it's like we need to throw up a roadblock.
It's
what if we
great.
just do a Terminator thing?
It's
That's
delightful.
Very cool.
Good job, movie.
Good job, movie.
Good job, movie.
Some other people who do a good job are those that write in on our Discord, our text-based chat platform, where we ask for Q's and C's about the movie we watched.
How do you join Discord again?
You go to patreon.com/totesrecall.com.
Oh,
And when you
Close
say
enough.
Q's and C's, you mean like questions and comments?
Yes, I do, Molly.
Okay.
Wow, Molly, you nailed it in one.
Wow.
Thanks, Pete.
Benvis asked, the premise includes local access cable, right? Does that exist anymore, or do we have podcasting for that now?
Thought
we're the
provoking.
local act. Yep.
Good.
I mean, that
question.
is.
We are in a
I
basement.
feel like you have
Yeah,
YouTube
it's
for
true.
that now.
I think it still exists, though, doesn't it?
It must.
Yeah.
I mean, that.
Oh.
It definitely does. Yeah. Well, I mean, at least like community.
First question,
television.
yes, it does include, it is part of the premise of the movie.
Yes.
Oh, that was
There's
close.
definitely community access radio.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you would find community access TV. I remember watching it when I first moved to Minneapolis like 13 years ago, using antenna, like old-fashioned ears. You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, great.
Yeah. I still have an antenna.
You can this sounds like a child describing how a cassette player works, but you can pull broadcast from the air using an antenna. And one of the many channels that was available when I did a full scan was community access.
It must exist.
It
Yeah.
was incredible.
Yeah.
I wish I could watch it now, but I don't think I can I don't have an antenna anymore.
I think Speak Minneapolis is the community access.
Oh,
Pretty
Is that
good.
right?
You can get a pretty good antenna for pretty cheap.
yeah, that's true.
Yep.
But you can still, like, I did get one at one point to watch sports, I think.
Yep.
And it would still only get like 3 channels.
Oh,
Not
really?
the big ones. Like NBC plus 2 randoms.
Oh, wow.
Speak Minneapolis is indeed the home of Minneapolis Public Access TV channels 16, 17, and
Nice.
75.
Thank you very much.
You should be watching.
Local
Great.
reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time
You can make content for them too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
just do
I'm
it.
going to write that down next to the golf information.
You could make harp golf.
You can make harp golf on there. Yeah.
My idea. Nobody take it.
Every time I scan for channels when I have to watch a sports game.
Yes.
I want to watch a sports game.
Get to watch a sports.
Yeah. I'm like, God, there's a lot of channels out there. Why do I pay for any streaming services? Look at all this content.
Plenty of it
Yeah.
out there.
But then you scroll through it and you're like, there's literally 0 things I'm interested in watching right now.
Trash. Or everybody's got free TV with ads now. Roku's got one or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I got like a Dick Tracy channel or whatever. You could watch that all the time.
Okay.
Who needs anything else?
Yeah. Who needs to when you got
They do have a Next Generation channel on the Roku one.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
it's just random episodes.
Oh, yeah. I'm
I
into
think
that.
it's random. They should just play it start to back
Absolutely.
on a loop.
that would make sense.
That would
Yeah.
make sense. Did we answer all of his questions?
Or do we have podcasting for that now? I say YouTube is a better parallel
Agreed.
to public access.
Agreed.
B goes on to ask, do you have a favorite?
Molly smoked you.
Yeah, it'll come back to you. B asks, do you have a favorite public access memory? Mine is Madison, Wisconsin Public Access had a guy for years who just filmed grilled meats. Different meats. Sometimes with visible size spices, sometimes not. Different angles and campfires versus grills, but that's it. No audio, but campfire sounds that I remember. We would regularly put it on in the background when possible.
That rules.
I mean, that rules. I don't even eat meat, and that rules.
Yeah.
Wow.
There was when I was in college, at least for I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it was going on for a few years or if we just knew about it late into the college. But there was a point where somebody was doing a call-in Scrabble game on public access TV, which was a lot of fun.
Oh, people call in and say, "I see the word."
They would have the camera on the board,
Yeah,
and like the guy would like play his turn, and then people would just call in with what letters to put down. So it took a while.
yeah.
But he would like, I feel like there were other elements to it. I don't know. Like, I feel like there would just be like other kooky things going on sometimes just to keep it interesting.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Have I talked about live 90 cam playing Truck No Truck?
Yes.
Has he?
Yes.
Okay. Never mind.
But I mean,
How
for
does
the
it
newer
go?
listeners,
Oh, right.
For newer listeners, I don't know if it was public access, but in college there was a channel you could go to that was just live feed of Highway 90.
Uh-huh.
And late at night we would play a game called Truck No Truck, where you would bet if the next vehicle to appear on screen would be a truck or no truck.
Nice. Would you like play for real money?
No, just bragging rights.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Would you ever put in like hot bets, like the next 3 are going to be trucks? Or was it always truck, no truck?
That I can't remember.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, I feel like Truck No Truck is plenty.
Sure, but I just feel like if you're feeling sassy that night, you got a hot hand going.
It was late at night and we were in college.
Oh, sure. So things were happening.
Yeah.
We're looking for complications.
Right.
I always liked when I was a kid, like sometimes like our band concerts would be on
Oh,
the
sure.
community. I'd be like, oh, I am on TV.
Yeah.
Or they'd show everyone's graduation.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I remember, I don't know if this was community access or not, but there was a time when all of the channels would sign off at night.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There would be no TV overnight, and the very first bit of TV you could get, I believe, was at 5 or maybe 5:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And I would wake up very early on Saturdays to get started on my cartoons. And I remember there was a terrible show called New Zoo Review.
Okay.
I still remember the theme song. It's a new zoo review, and we're coming after you. I think something like
Coming
that. But
after you.
I
Oh my
know that
goodness.
sounds wrong, right? Anyway, the point is,
Was it a review of the zoo?
No, it was like what you would imagine if you were making up a parody kids show with like a couple of people in big costumes and then
sure.
like a couple of human hosts.
Was it review like REVUE?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
That kind of review.
Got it.
So I think there were songs. It was so bad and I hated it, but it was on.
But it was on.
Do you remember what the big costumes were? They're just
maybe a
blobs. They're just blobs to you
Was
now.
the setting a zoo? Like
I
the
guess.
premise they were
You know
in the
what?
zoo? Don't
I'm gonna
look it
look-
up.
I'm
You
gonna
don't-
look
Don't,
it
it's
up.
fine, Molly. Don't do it.
New
Focus.
zoo
No,
review.
Molly.
Golf harp.
Molly, focus on your child's future.
Yeah.
Don't
No,
look up.
I've
news.
already forgotten.
Oh no!
Sorry, she'll know the moment that her
It's
future
on
slipped
record.
through
Yeah.
my
Yes,
fingers.
it is on record. Wow.
We have talked about that and truck, no truck.
no
Wow.
Have we?
Beth,
Yeah. So now I'm like,
please.
have we done this movie?
Stream close up.
B goes on to find the link to that show and post it on our Discord.
hell yes.
So that's a little teaser for those that aren't on the cord.
Patreon.com/Totes Recall. Get your meat show.
Get your meats.
Get your meat
Get
show.
your meat show.
Yep.
Totes Recall.
And then
That's awesome.
finally,
Nice
yes,
to
thank
meet you.
Nice.
Nice. My last name is Baldrum asked, did you get the version of the movie that has the actual riff from Stairway to Heaven played in the guitar store?
Yes.
Yes.
Did.
Which, again, I mentioned this while I watched it. Shocked me because when I was a kid, the VHS copy we had some just weird random, just like bow, 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 bow sound in it.
That's so weird.
Which meant I double didn't get the joke.
Yeah.
Because you already didn't know what Stairway was.
Right. Because I was a child.
I think I had it too. I think I had the not actual riff.
Yeah.
And didn't know what Stairway to Heaven
I
was.
think my brother explained it to me just in the sense of like, it's a song, but like, that's it. So I was just like, okay.
I was a huge Led Zeppelin fan. And I thought that was very, very funny joke. And as I was watching it this time, I was like, oh, now it would be Wonderwall. It'd be something.
Now
it might still be
Wonderwall?
It might still be Stairway.
I saw a Fringe show where they made the point
I
that
was also
Wonderwall,
thinking of that Fringe show.
Yeah, where it's like the easiest song to learn, and that if you go to almost any open mic, someone's gonna play Wonderwall.
It was a fun bit.
It was good.
Okay.
Our good friend, who I won't name because he doesn't listen to the show, I assume,
Yeah.
was the guy who hosted the open mic and did a very good job of being furious every time someone played Wonderwall.
All right.
Is it okay if I tell this? Beth, you'll just cut it out if it's not okay to tell the story. When we were first,
am I the
Beth just
arbiter of
died inside.
yes. We were first starting Totes Recall, and we had done a like a prototype episode using whatever microphone we happened to have.
Yeah, you can tell the story.
And then it was time to upgrade, and at the time, an upgrade meant a single Yeti,
Yes.
omnidirectional mic that we would put in the middle of the card table. And we went to Guitar Center. Beth had done all the research. We knew
Back
exactly
when there were
what we
stores
needed.
in the world.
Yeah.
And we walked in, and it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. There was one guy who was ready to, at the right place and ready to help, but he was immediately obsessed with Beth.
Hell yeah.
And I have never seen anyone so studiously avoid eye contact. And it was like the way Garth like avoided any potential interaction, but like way more smooth.
I can identify with Carl.
I was
Wait, are you talking about Beth at this moment? Oh, okay.
Beth was like water. This guy tried everything. And I mean, at a certain point, I was making eye contact with him, and I'm old as hell.
You're just like trying
and
to
I was
like,
just trying to hey, you exist. She's not going to give you the time of day. Can we please just buy this microphone? It was incredible. He was pulling out all the lines too.
Yeah. There's, he's the guy that, those like silica packs that are in the things.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
And he
I
like opened up and he goes, ooh, candy. Remember? We did that bit for a while, but
Yes.
I guess you forgot.
we did.
We did?
Yes, because Molly told you the story.
Oh.
These are all stories you've heard before.
Jesus.
It's been 10 years.
So he did that at the store?
He did that.
Yes.
He's
As a
trying to
goof?
make us laugh.
And it didn't work.
It was
I
working
just
so
was like,
hard.
it's just that's not the only time I've gone to a Guitar Center and been like
All right.
deeply uncomfortable by the amount of attention that
I
the
see.
clerks give you.
I see.
He's like, oh, what are you going to be using this mic for? He was like trying to give like advice and stuff. And I was like,
Sure.
you, sir.
You're
I also
out of
was
your
like, by
league,
that
sir.
point, I was like, I've already produced a podcast for 2 years.
Motherfucker.
I think I know what I'm looking for. And it is a Yeti
It's a terrible mic.
omnidirectional mic
fine.
that will serve us for
No, it's fine.
3
We can
years.
shit on it now.
It's a great
fine.
starter mic.
It's a good starter mic. It does a lot of different things. People buy them all the time, though, and I'm like, don't buy that one. It's more expensive than you need to pay for.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Oh,
Ooh, I
Free
wonder if
tip
I
from
went
Lyft
to-
Podcasting.
Yeah.
that's right.
Lyft spelled properly.
Yes.
That's right. Where all the rockers go to flirt.
What?
That's my new tagline.
Amazing.
Oh, boy.
Well, that's the end of Q's and C's.
Great. And
After that, we get to our rating scale, as we all know.
of course.
That's how the show is structured. We've been doing it 10 years.
Yeah, we're doing it 10 years and we're doing it flawlessly every episode.
I mean, it's almost
Bing, bang,
11,
boom.
right?
Segment.
Yeah.
segment. Yeah, heavily
Yeah,
segmented
next
show.
month. 11 years.
Whoa. Wow.
Goodbye 10. Hello 11.
Yeah.
Turn it up to 11. That's the music.
Oh.
There you go.
Wow.
Nice.
You got there.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Should
never
have been
mind.
Spinal Tap for our
I know. I was
anniversary.
like, well, we can
It's
still
not
do
too
it.
late.
Our rating scales we all remember. So I married a Fox sponsor.
Oh, yes. of
Which
course.
is, of course, a show.
What's the story being told?
It's a,
Of a
it's
show.
story being told of someone who was on a show.
Yes.
Go
ahead.
That.
You can make Molly do it if you want.
No. I got this.
Okay.
I got this. The story of someone who was on a show and met the person they married,
Yes.
who happened to be a Fox sponsor. And the show was a lot of people sponsoring foxes
Yes.
in many meanings of the world.
Correct.
Financially to support them in sort of wildlife rehabilitation center. I guess emotionally to sponsor them in sort of a drug rehab situation.
Yep.
Both rehabs, I guess. And then also for foxes that are in sort of an incubator business Shark Tank aspect.
Yes.
So that was the show the person was on.
And part of the fun is you find out by the
Literal
end.
Shark Tank.
You find out in the end what kind of sponsor they married.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And what kind of fox the sponsor sponsored.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
Yeah. That's the rating scale. We all know and understand
We
and
all
remember
get
it. We all gave it 4. I'll say that right at the top.
Yeah.
Save some time.
Dan's ready to go home.
He's ready to go home.
That's right. Dan, you said butt bummer, and I spelled butt with 2 T's in my notes. Fun butt bummer.
Fun but bummer.
I think you were worried it wouldn't hold up.
Yeah.
essentially.
It was actually less what am I trying to say? I feel like the dated elements of the movie were actually more in its pacing and energy than the content. Like there weren't a lot of jokes where I was just like, oh no. Like I was worried it was going to be like way more homophobic or like way more like overtly misogynist in the way they're like horny dumb dudes, which I feel like it did pretty well considering it's an early 90s movie about 2 dumb horny dudes.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking, at least. And I was delighted. I was cackling a lot, especially with young Garth. It definitely, I feel like the pacing was like, as a 40-year-old man, I was like, I don't know if we need this to keep going, like this particular scene to keep happening, or like, I don't know if we need another like 30 seconds of Tia Carrere covering a song just to remind us that she's a musician. So it definitely felt a little slow at times, despite being only an hour 34. So I think I will stick with 4. I married a Fox sponsor. Mine's with an S.
Okay.
Deal with it.
Beth, we already know what you rated it. I'm not going to say it again.
Yep.
You thought it would be stupid, I think in a good way. But I don't know.
But with 2 T's?
But I don't know.
But with 2 T's?
I didn't write but. I wrote dash. Stupid dash. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. It was stupid, but in a very delightful way. And yeah, I think I agree with my first half self.
Nice.
I'm going to say 4. So I married a Fox sponsorers.
Excellent.
Great.
How many S's in yours?
7.
Nice.
Wow.
You're the snake from the music video,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
which you hated.
snake weighs a ton.
Yeah, I don't know about snakes.
I was worried about the snake, that there was no snake wrangler.
But the snake seemed really chill, honestly.
chill.
Got passed around, and like at one point Wayne is like jumping around and throwing water at his face, and the snake's just like, I'm just here. It's cool.
Maybe. I mean, also
I
some
don't
snakes
know.
are just pretty chill.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Just like used to being around people.
I just
Yeah.
fed it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. It
Oh.
probably
Like a rat
just
or
recently
something.
fed and
Yeah.
it just didn't care.
I said the same as you two.
So savings.
Fut. Yeah, and I still agree. It dragged a little for me. Yeah, the jokes that didn't hold up weren't like offensive, and I thought the parts that were charming were mostly just like Mike Myers and Dana Carvey's energy, and the parts that were sort of breaking the fourth wall, making fun of movies more than the jokes. I enjoyed it. Sticking with 4.
Great. For what?
So I married a Fox sponsors.
How many Z's?
1 Z.
Nice.
Molly Chase, the Molly finale.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You anticipated being overcome with nostalgia, and you gave it a hopeful number that I've already.
Yep.
Well, not gonna waste our time.
Thank you so much. Because if there's anything this episode has shown is that we are very economical with our
That's
time.
right. That's right.
Yeah, I was so much more delighted by this, and I had forgotten that, some of its charm is that There are undercurrents of sophistication that belie the silliness that's on top. And I really enjoyed that contrast and all of the jokes per minute they were able to get in. And it felt like some were sort of obligatory, like the occasional swing or whatever. But yeah, I was charmed, and I was charmed by them making fun of movies. And I was also charmed in retrospect to realize that it was directed by Penelope Spheris, because it was directed beautifully. Like, they really squeezed a lot of jokes into that, and also made it so relatable. Like, I think the driving around in the car that's not a Gremlin but an AMC Pacer was like it was sort of like the way Dazed and Confused embodied that your whole night is just driving around with your friends to end up somewhere to eat for a while and then get back in the car and drive. I love that.
Yeah. Or like how when you and your friends would frequently enter a building while giving 80-yard exposition dialogue.
Yeah, exactly.
Or talk to the friendly cop.
Yeah.
You got a chummy relationship with, you can just call him a pig
To
over
his
and over
face.
to his
Yeah.
face.
What a time.
He doesn't throw you on the ground. And
Speaking of nostalgia,
That was
Molly,
time.
you practically gave a standing ovation to the Laverne and Shirley theme song reference.
That's true.
It was so good. It was like a frame by frame recreation.
It was fun.
And for me, I grew up with Laverne and Shirley and Happy Days and all that. So it was A+. I loved it. I laughed really hard, and I was so delighted that it was not nearly as homophobic. And in fact, at the end, they acknowledged the ease of the platonic I love you between men, which is not a big deal now.
Right.
But I think at the time was maybe...
Quick shout out to whatever the actor's name who plays Russell. Every single line delivery of his was so good. I don't know, like just the particular, like
he was
that
the I
guy.
love you man.
He was Rob Lowe's like number 2.
Oh, okay. He's in stuff.
Yeah, he is and stuff. But like I don't know, just like his whole vibe was so funny because it was just like a very particular, you know what I mean? Like he was just like, that is such a particular guy, especially in business settings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially in like predatory business settings
Oh
like
my
that.
gosh. And when Garth disarms the flashlight.
So good.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So I give it a 5.
Whoa.
So I married a Fox sponsorer, and
Wow.
it doesn't have an S at the end, but the sponsor S is the kind you used to make with the 6 parallel lines and connecting them to make that
The
3D
Stussy?
S.
The cool S.
Yeah, the cool S.
What is it actually called?
Isn't it the logo for Stussy, the clothing brand?
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Stussy?
I thought it was Superman.
No. What are either of you talking about?
Well, it's like
Yeah, you're drawing it.
Keep going. You've almost got it. This is great audio content.
That's not.
No, you
No,
fucked
you
up hard,
connect.
That just
dude.
looks
You
like
fucked up
2
so hard. You're
houses.
fucking up so hard, dude.
So stupid.
What's Stussy?
It's a cool clothing
Oh,
brand.
is
You
it-
wore in,
is it-
like Massimo in junior high school.
This is like some California.
Massimo, Target's
some
house
California
brands?
Oh,
bullshit.
Target bought up Massimo. It used to be cool. You get like a jester riding a motorcycle on the back of your shirt.
Like an ICP album?
Maybe. But yeah, now it's like generic Target brand.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stussy and Massimo used to be cool.
Massimo is gone. It's been gone for a long time. Oh, but the Massimo creator was part of that whole college scandal. He's
What?
married to
Oh, with
Full House?
Full House. And they were 2 of the people. Yeah.
Felicity
But
F.
he was like,
Muffin or
oh, my
whatever?
wife
No,
did
that's
it
a
all.
different one.
Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah, Stussy.
Not the right S at all.
Not even close.
They had an S that was like.
Oh, okay.
When I was a kid. Yeah.
Can't
Okay.
believe you guys don't know Stussy.
I don't know Stussy.
God, I don't
Sorry.
know Stussy. And
Friggin'
I'm
losers.
glad I don't know Stussy. I thrill at the idea of never knowing Stussy. How do you feel about that?
Stussy cap.
What?
No cap. What?
That's where no cap came from?
Yeah. People not wearing Stussy caps. They weren't known for their caps. I don't know what I'm doing.
This is
I'm going to look it up. I used to draw that S in my notebook.
okay.
Yeah.
Did I get
everybody
it
did.
close?
Kind of.
It's close.
Kind of,
Yeah.
But it's wrong.
This is a
somehow.
great audio
It's
medium
separated.
content, by the way.
Yeah. I don't know what you did wrong, but it's not right.
Okay. It's on Wikipedia.
Okay.
Cool S.
Wikipedia, party time, learning stuff. Yes,
The cool S,
Yep.
and then it shows the cool S.
Yep.
Also known as the universal S, the Stussy S,
Whoa.
Okay.
the super S, the pointy S, and the graffiti
What
S.
about the Superman S? That's how I
Super
heard
S.
it.
No.
Superman S is a
That's
different
what
S.
Super S is
Well, but
for Superman.
Superman's S is completely different.
That's
yeah, but
Superman.
it's like
it's
kind of the same.
No,
kinda-
this is
it's close
garbage.
enough.
The Superman S is a Kryptonian glyph.
Oh my God.
Anyway, the point is, I am right.
Great. Does it actually show it as in a Stussy brand logo though?
Yeah.
Because all we saw was the little signature thing.
It's in the text.
I love that the Wikipedia article is called Cool S.
That's what it is.
It's amazing.
They are scholars. They are professionals at Wikimedia.
With a cool S.
With a cool, yeah, scholars with two cool S's,
Yeah.
I'll
Do
say.
you think this is going to be like Ring Around the Rosie, which like dates from like the plague era? And like hundreds of years in the future, kids are going to be like, yeah, no, it's a cool S.
Yes, I do think that. I want to believe.
Yeah.
I have hope in my heart that children centuries from
Someday.
now will still
We'll
be
hold
referring
hands.
to the cool S. What's going on, Dan?
I'm trying to find an image. I can't.
Oh,
It's just-
interesting.
It's in the
Interesting.
text.
Okay.
What
The fact that it's
text?
called Cool S, though, makes it very uncool, in my opinion.
That's why it's funny. God.
Okay. I think we've got our new merch idea.
Yeah.
Totes.
Just a cool ass tank.
recall.
Oh, yeah. Totes Recall.
With a cool
With a cool
With
S.
a cool S.
But apparently
in
it's
text.
part of a brand,
We
so we
won't show
can't
it.
use it.
I think
very
it
confusing.
predates the brand.
Well,
They may-
what
they
the
may just
fuck,
fucking-
man?
It says the origin's unknown.
Oh.
How is it
I know what the origin is.
Yes.
Some
70s.
cool kid drew it in their
Drew a
notebook.
bunch of parallel
You know
lines
that
and then
cool
said,
kid-
check this shit out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mad.
The
Somebody was
Wikipedia
like,
did say
"That's-"
it's commonly drawn in children's notebooks,
Hell yeah, it is.
but also it's graffiti culture. So
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll talk about it later. We'll tune in for our tutorial.
yeah, if we get
Go ahead.
1,000 new ratings,
Yep.
we'll have a cool S drawing competition among the four of us.
Great. I love it.
And we'll open it up to you, listeners.
To
Wait, what?
draw their own cool S?
Yeah.
They can compete.
Yeah.
Send us your cool S.
Yes.
Send us your cool
Send us your
S's.
cool S's and we will.
You get one shot. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, for
You
sure.
can't look up beforehand.
Right.
You
We'll
can listen
know.
to this episode.
We'll know.
But you can't look up beforehand. You get one shot.
Hello
Do not miss your chance.
At totesrecall.com. Hello
Yeah.
at totesrecall.com.
Subject line, cool S.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see them all.
We are so good at fan outreach, you
This is
guys.
good engagement.
Everyone's going to remember.
For sure. Yeah.
Post mine. That's good negative engagement. Whenever he's like, "Fuck that S, I can do better."
Exactly. This is good. This worked
was
out
all
great.
a plan.
This was all our plan. All along. We only watched Wayne's World so we could lead you down our trap where we engage the fandom with our cool S
We
contest.
didn't even watch the movie.
Lex Luthers of cool S.
What?
Let's try it. We're like Lex Luthor. We're criminal masterminds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he has money. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, when that Motrin money comes in.
Oh, right. I forgot about our other podcast.
Oh yeah. Or we each get $5,000 for each pill we take.
Yes. And then we take them?
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
can stop whatever you want. You'll get $5,000 more.
Yeah, this feels like we're heading towards those horror stories of radio contests where people die from drinking too much water.
Too much like the gallon of milk challenge or
Yeah.
the cinnamon tablespoon. Don't do that one. It gets in your lungs.
Ugh.
Kills you.
Oh,
What?
what?
Are you talking about the nutmeg?
Was it
people?
nutmeg?
I don't know.
It
It
killed
was
people?
cinnamon. There's a challenge you can't eat a spoonful of cinnamon, excuse me. But it's all powdery, right? And people
Yeah.
fuck up and they inhale it and then it
Because they
fucks up your
cough
lungs.
immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Don't do that.
Kids,
Draw
okay.
a cool S
Just
instead.
Draw
don't
cool-
take
yeah,
too
just
much
get back to the notebook.
painkillers. Don't mainline spoonfuls of cinnamon.
Yeah.
Just chill out and draw a cool S.
Cool S's, yeah. Those margins aren't going to fill themselves up.
Exactly. While Teach is boring you with some bullshit propaganda lesson in
Making you
American
write
history
reviews
class.
for his podcast. Is that for extra credit?
Wow. Great episode.
No notes.
Totes Recall is hosted by Molly Chase, Beth Gibbs, Dan Jaquette, and Dan Linden. Produced by Beth Gibbs. New episodes of Totes Recall drop on the 15th of every month. For more information and bonus content, visit us at totesrecall.com. Thank you so much for listening.